Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Happy Tuesday.
Good morning. Did you go change clothes like in the last 10 seconds?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I moved rooms. You saw me when I was moving from the living room to the back to the office. So I was in the dark out there. But no, same outfit. So, accountability check-in week. I had some fun last night, stayed up super late, like old times for you guys, and made something cool that I'm just so excited about because it kind of opens up some ideas for the future of coolness. You know me, always changing things. But this is a week 3 accountability check-in. So we can kind of take a look at what we said we were going to do this month. We've got, I feel like July kind of, does anyone feel like July slowed down? Like just like the time is not going by as fast for some reason. Is anyone else feeling that or no? Karen's like, Debbie's feeling that. Karen's saying it's flying by. I feel like in the second week, I felt like the month was almost over and I had to like, oh, Gina, there's time. You have time. The month is not over yet. So we have time. You have time to finish out July before the craziness. I know those of you with kids, school starts in August and it's a whole other craziness cycle starts all over, but we still have a solid almost 2 weeks of the month. The first is on a Monday, which is always fun. So we have time to get the things done we said we were going to get done is the moral of the story. And all the things that I've been having you guys submit, I finally have something to put them all in. Got my flash drive back, got all the data back from you guys, for you guys, because I downloaded it and then it was gone. And I'm pulling up right now. Anybody got something good going on? Any wins to share? Accomplishments? You did what you said you were going to do?
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Jantavia. I do have a win to share. I'm super excited. I got my first listing in my neighborhood.
Woo! Good
Super
job.
excited.
Good job. And we've been with you when you first were gonna start doing events in your neighborhood. So you've done a few. You've gotten contact information.
Yes, ma'am. And this is actually someone that I've done some pop buys for, and she's come to a couple of events. We've had some conversations, and a while back she's like, yeah, we don't owe anything on our home. We finally paid it off. We'll never sell. We're good. I appreciate you dropping things off. It's nice, but we're never going to sell. So I got a call last week that her husband had a job offer in Dallas and they are now selling. So we're going active Friday. I'm actually here now. My husband owns a moving and make ready company. So she hired him as well to come in and do the full make ready. So he's in there painting and cleaning and getting it all ready. So super excited.
That is a great win. And I love the story behind it, where it's one of those that you think, oh, they're never going to move. And then look what happens. They need a realtor.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good job. Good job. Anyone else?
I moved my office in the middle of June and we had a challenge with my boards, but I got them done. I was there till 1:30 in the morning last Sunday, but I got them done.
You feel settled with all the things that you need to be productive.
Yes. And now we got listings coming and I get to put them on the board, and buyers that are like, hey, so really, it really is just normal. This is normal. What we've had in the last 2 years has not been normal. Okay, I'll do normal.
Okay, so, good. I'm glad you're on board because that's your only option.
Right.
That's good. Very good. Anyone else?
I did my not first open house, but in a long time, I've done my first open house. And it was really successful, actually. Like 9 people came. I was super shocked.
Yeah, for
And-
sure.
But the house has been on the market 20 days, and I don't like that.
Yeah, ooh,
And
That's more
trying
of that
to,
back to normal stuff though.
the back to normal.
and explaining that to the clients, they missed the boat by like 4.5 weeks.
Yeah, but show them, I wonder what, I haven't looked at it in a while. Whenever, we used to say that the one flyer we have with the market stats in different areas is good because it shows those people what the time on the market actually is. And even during the craziness, it still wasn't, we hear about the crazy stories, but the average is still pretty, it's not 2 days always, and so that flyer is good to kind of show them like data, like, look, this is the numbers, this isn't this, there's nothing wrong here, this is the norm. We just hear about those quick stories, right, all the time.
I've been sending her articles and stats and updates weekly on everybody, how many days the market, like stuff is on the market.
Yep. When people get emotional, go to the facts so that we can say, this is what we know. This is what, nothing's out of the normal. Very good. Good. Well, you guys submitted, I'm going back to our data that you guys submitted at the beginning of the month. So you have a little check-in with what you said you were going to focus on. Karen, let's see. Oops, there it is. Karen, listing under contract, focusing on follow-up and setting up systems along with scheduling SRES event in the future and client social ice cream event. Any of those working on?
I got 2 more listings. So yeah, no.
Well, that's good though.
Listings that wanted to go live in a week. So
you are running hard, but aren't those phone calls good?
yeah, yes. I mean, they're actually one of the clients is from an event that I had in the fall. So that was really cool because I just met her at Grandpa's Popcorn. And then the other one was a referral, but they both are like, okay, we know the market's changing. We just want to get on and get out. Yeah.
These are some great success stories, ladies. I'm loving it. And it's showing the cycle of doing the events and staying consistent. And then these people kind of pop up down the road a little bit, right? It's not instant gratification, which is what we want to happen, but that's very rare.
Yes. But those things are now on my list to do this week. So I haven't, they're still my goal.
Perfect. Okay. Just a reminder. Stacy's not on. Dava, more listings, CRM, take insurance test, take another class towards broker's license. You're taking your tests?
Hopefully test next week, another class. Yes, next week. I've got it scheduled. And I do have another listing and some more land under contract. So yeah.
Look at you guys. It feels good to do what you said you're going to do, right? Lori is not on. Tracy, increase my active database, 5 new prospects. Yeah, you were going to focus on adding new people. Systemize my videos. We talked a lot about videos last time, trying to give us all a little boost in our confidence on videos and what's right, what's wrong. Hire someone who is qualified to assist with producing and keeping me on track with my videos. 2 more closings. So where are you at with your videos?
I do have them. I've got 3 done, finalizing some of the little tweaking, but I'll be ready to push those out today. So I've got that done.
Hire anybody?
No, please. After the lashing that you and Rachel have given me about doing that, please. I wouldn't be able to sit down for a week if I dared to do that. But, basically I just told myself, just get out of your own way and just do it. This is just narcissism at its best. Nobody cares but you. Just get the stuff out. So I've done the videos. I've overcome my hurdles mentally. Of course, you better check on me next week. But, and let's see, my database, yes, check, got that increased. 2 more closing. I have 1 more closing, but I tell myself we still have 2 weeks, so I can get something at least under contract. It probably won't close if it just goes under, but at least I'm moving in that direction.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And where are you when you're I know you were focused on increasing your database. I think you said 5 new prospects. Is that a month or
I was hoping this month. So yeah, I'm a little short on that.
But where are you trying to, I guess, I think the question maybe other people might be thinking is like, when you are focused on increasing your database, where are we meeting these new people? Or like, how are we adding new people to the database? Like, what's your focus there?
I've joined a couple of groups, not realtor groups, because nobody's referring me when I'm in a room of realtors. So one, I went to a new Bible study group. The other is like a Keno card party that one of my clients invited me to start going to with her. Those types of things.
Yeah, especially when clients invite you to things. That's a great a great reason to go, especially if you like them, right? Good job. Well, I'm glad to hear about the video. It's tough love. This is a space where we're going to tell you like it is. And I don't like you guys wasting time or money, right? That's my biggest thing. And wasting money on someone else doing your videos, I'm just like, you can do it. You can do it. It just doesn't get any better. That bark shakes me. Okay, Jantavia, sorry about that, ladies. Jantavia, securing contracts for 5 buyers and 3 listings. So how are your buyers doing?
Sorry, I'm here. I jumped out of the car real quick. I actually lost 3 buyers. They were 275 and under here in Katy, Texas. So lost those. They're discouraged. We submitted ridiculous amount of offers over the past 2 weeks. One of them has a pregnant wife. She can't, go through the process. So they renewed their lease. 2 of them actually renewed their lease. So that means one of the listings I no longer have either. It was a buyer and a seller on one. So I did get a contract on one of my listings. We're under contract, and the 3rd listing was a rental, and we do have a tenant and a deposit received on that one.
Perfect. Well, at least
so about half of what I said I wanted to do got done.
Very good. Well, at least they're still in your pipeline, right? For when those leases.
They are, and they had good feedback. And I went back and asked them. I'm like, I know we didn't get to the finish line, but can I at least get a review of my services so far? So all 3 of them gave me a review, and they do plan on reaching back out to me. So now it's just up to me to keep up with them and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I plan on purchasing in a year. Yeah.
Well, I love that. Did everybody hear that? Wait. I am echoing on Jantavia. Sorry, Jantavia, we got to mute you. She said that she asked for a review of her services, even if they decided to renew their lease. I think that's great. That was a good touch right there. Very good. Okay, so Debbie, close my 4 listings, get 2 more clients. How are you doing with that?
I have 2 of my 4 listings under contract to close at the 5th and 6th of August, or 5th and 8th of August. So that's good. I got 1 more client. And last week I actually had 4 executed contracts and terminated 2. So that's super fun.
Super fun week, it sounds like.
It's those buyers, those are fun. And then one of my listings is waiting until next week to go live, but actually both of the other 2. So if you have anybody in Mansfield or Burleson, they don't have to go live. I don't care. So
Yep, Debbie is for all of our down south needs. We don't have very many agents in our little group down in, well, I guess Jantavia is really down south in Houston for us, but Debbie is in the Burleson, Mansfield area. I feel like you're the only one, but there's got to be more. Jennifer is not on. And Adrian was on. She probably jumped off. She had a little one in the car, I saw. Okay. And Teresa, I don't know if you submitted. That was the end of June. You said finding someone to post on social media, reach, advance. Maybe we were talking to you too. See, Tracy, you're not the only one trying to find people to post on social media for you. And Teresa had to get off too. She's having computer problems. Okay, so hopefully this was a good refresher for those of you that weren't on the list. Maybe have your own little list of things that you want to get done before the end of the month. We've got almost 2 weeks left. So lots can happen. I wanted to show you what I worked on. And for those of you that have been diligently submitting your numbers, I really wasn't asking you to do that for no reason. But for those of you that haven't been, and I'm going to give this to you guys, hopefully I can attach it in the chat so that if you want to start working on it on your own, you can. But let me show you what I've been working on, because I've been really trying to think of ways to, again, we kind of have that balance between digital and paper, right? And I like learning how to do new things. And so, in a PDF, there's actually a lot you can do. I know Excel is not pretty. We have that business calculator we used in January to know what our numbers are and to get those calculated, but that's not something pretty we want to check in with all the time. And so there's pages in our journal that we use to check in every single quarter, to fill out and things like that. So I made it where, and I know also if you guys probably noticed because you've seen the journal the most, but there was that page, the check-in pages actually didn't quite make sense. I didn't change some wording. But so I revamped them. And this is kind of just a packet you can see for your business goals. And this is very similar to your pages. I just kind of redid it a little bit, cleaned it up a little bit, where you take your business calculator numbers, right? Knowing what you need your sales volume to be, your net income, your gross income, what your transaction goal is, referral goal, listing and buying goal. And you have that all like pinned up on your board, right? Shanae got her boards up. And so on a bulletin board, have it somewhere you can see it. And that's what we do at the beginning of the year. But the goal was this year to really be able to check in with our goals, right? Where are we? Do we need to step it up? Are we on pace? And that's been one of the big focuses that I've wanted to do with you guys this year, but just having a way that it's clean and easy. The reason why I like this is I actually did where this does the math for you. So I'm going to show you what this does real fast. So we've got the business goals. We have all the wins. So I'm going to take all the information you guys have given me and put it in here for you guys and send you guys your individual sheets that are kind of up to date with what you've done. You may need to fill in some blanks here and there. But going forward, we can kind of use this and it does all the math each quarter for you on where you're at. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So when you are on, and hopefully this isn't too foreign to anybody, so slow me down if it is, but I'm going to put some of those random, let's say my net income, I need it to be 175. What? That happened late at night when I was almost done. The value entered does not match the format. That's not a percent. Bear with me on that one. It still works. I don't know why it's triggering that something's not right, but okay. So let's say my sales volume, and I'm making up numbers, but again, this would be the data from your business calculator. Hopefully nothing sounds too crazy here. something with the formulas on the last page. So let's say my net income, I need to take home 175. I need my gross income to be 200. Sales volume, I need 7 million. My average price is 450. And that's just so you don't really need to know that all the time. It's good for the math wise, but we'll put it on there. And so my transaction goal, this one you do fill out. So you're filling out the blue spots, obviously, and everything else is doing it for you. So 7 million divided by 40, let's just say it's 17. I'm not trying to do math right. Oh no, you are not doing this on it. I'll fix that before I share it with you guys. So I need about 1.5 houses. Referral goal, let's say my referral goal annually was I need 96 referrals. Oh, this is going to be annoying. This happened at the very end. I might need to edit that. Listing appointment goal, 17. This should be, it should be higher, huh? This should be, let's say 40. So I need about 3 a month. And my daily action, those numbers are usually pretty high. Let's say just 750 for the year, which means I need 72 action contacts. So that would be the calls, notes, and pop buys, right? All those things that we add up. And then daily, I need about 2.5. So about 3 people I need to touch on, love on, reach out to, pop by, meet for lunch, all those things, right? So we have our numbers here. You save it, you print this out, you know what your goal was. But what it was, and then we're going to submit, obviously wins. When you put in numbers here, oh gosh. So I'm going to put on all of your guys' numbers. And it's going to do all the math for you. So you're going to put in all your numbers, transaction, let's say 2. Should have had all this in there. 3. 0. We'll leave that as a 0. 1. 2. So once you have all your numbers in here for the month, of all your calls, your notes, your pop buys, your face-to-face appointment, your listing appointments, the new people you added to your database, we count as a contact. And then you have your total contact, like how many people do I need to touch? Events, just to track referrals received, and then transactions closed. So you fill all that out. And when we get to, so we're right now in, we started Q3. So Q3 check-in, it's going to add up for you. It's pulling your annual income goal that you set at the beginning. And these numbers right here, of course, we don't have in here. So you would have to say, okay, as of right now, I'm at, 40. As of right now, my gross income is 60. And my sales volume right now, I've sold 3 million. So it does the math of what you need to go, 135 to go, 140 to go, 4 million to go. And then it also has by month there, I need to sell 400 for the next 9 months, 400,000 a month. And then right here, this is all does it for you. So it's pulling your transaction goal. It's pulling your transactions to date from the action tracker right here. It's pulling these transactions closed. So you don't have to fill out much once you set it up. So you've got your 40, you've got your year to date. I've got 34 transactions to go. Still need closer to 4 transactions a month. So I'm a little behind. Referral goal, same thing. I didn't put the referrals in there. Listing buying appointment. So it does all the math for you based off of what you put your goals as, and then what we put in this one right here. And so each quarter I did it. So this is only looking at the first 3 months. This is looking at 6 months, and then 9 months, and then the whole year. And it has your percentage of what you accomplished. Did you meet your goals or not? So if I said at the end of the year, my year-to-date net income was 160, 91% of my goal I met. So lots of math, because I think the math is the part that we don't really love, and having it someplace easy to see. What do you guys, is this helpful? Hopefully this makes sense. It shouldn't be too crazy besides the dinging. Yes, no, maybe so. And those of you that have the Buffini database, this does that for you in there. But it's kind of a solution if you don't have the database, just to kind of have a pulse each quarter on where you're currently at and how does that look for the goals that you set at the beginning of the year. So once you get it set up, once you have your business goals right here of what you need, we're just submitting your numbers right here, and it's going to add it up each quarter for you so you can see where you're at. Kind of cool, right? Just joking. I'll put this painful but good, Jill. That's right. Painful but good. Because numbers don't lie, right? And we're like, I feel really busy. And it really does help us focus on those action goals. And the data at the end of the year will be good to really be able to see, you know, based off the referrals you received, how does that line up with the transactions? Because right now we're saying for every 20 people you touch, the contacts, right? For every 20 contacts, you should get 1 referral. For every 3 referrals, you should have 1 transaction. And that's a ratio that was kind of put out by Buffini as a general ratio. But the more data you have like this, you're able to really see what your ratios are. Maybe you're every 2 referrals, you get a transaction, or maybe it's 4. So you can kind of tweak your numbers there and know what you need to do. So I'm going to put this, I want to fix it was the percentages that were dinging at the beginning for some reason. So I'm going to fix that before I send it to you guys. But hopefully this is helpful, and be on the lookout. If you have been submitting all your information, I'm going to get you all caught up. And so you have something to work with and kind of go from here using and submitting your information in here. And hopefully it's helpful going forward. And I also have it where there's no numbers if you do want it just to be able to print out and use. Also really good to be able to do all together. But this needed to be updated because the ones in our journal were not quite accurate. Thoughts? Anything else that would be helpful? Does this make you think of a different idea, something else that you need? How's it going with just the tracking part of it? What helps? Anyone?
Sometimes my issue is like I have a calendar and I just write on my monthly calendar, like under contract and the close date. Well, then it's, do I go back and change that to extended to this date? So it really closed next month versus this month. So I have to make sure my info is correct before I put it somewhere else.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. That's the one drawback of paper, right? Because you gotta either cross it out, which it sucks, or erase it. Erasable pens, I've been loving these. You know, we all did the Rocket Book because I thought that was going to be the best thing ever. But I do love the Frixion pens. They're really good. They're like normal pens, which is what I like about them. And they erase on any paper. So I've been using them on paper a lot, and it looks just like normal pen.
Just don't put them in a hot car.
Oh, what happened?
Your paper will erase too.
Oh, that happened to you?
No, I've just read it, but I've also had somebody that she laminated something. So she made all these flashcards for her kids and she went to laminate it and it was all gone. So when she laminated it, the heat erases.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So that's the only reason I don't use them, is because I'm scared if I put them in my car, everything that I used it is going to be gone.
It's got to be pretty hot though, I think, to do it, because
Maybe I need to test it. Maybe just like I did my dishwasher with not rinsing stuff off.
yeah, you're
So-
like, let me see if this actually gets clean. I like doing that test too. I do think it's probably a lot. I know there was a Rocketbook too, that there was an earlier version of it that's actually, the whole idea was, it was a microwave Rocketbook where you put it in the microwave and it cleans it all off. So you got to think your microwave's pretty hot.
Mm-hmm. It is. Okay,
But it's also
I'm
like
gonna test it, 'cause I
110
really like
outside.
the friction pens too. So,
What's
but
that
the other thing-
microwave thing?
So we all have, David, this was before you kind of started joining. We all did the Rocketbook. Well, everyone, I think a lot of people bought one because I said to, which I feel really bad about, because we thought we could do the erasable paper. I do enjoy it. As you can see, I'm using it for like my notes, like things that I don't need to look back on, or like I want to save, but I really never look back on. So I just kind of got the system of doing this. You wipe it clean with water. And it's, so I have my little rag right here. But I do like it. You just have to have a way of scanning and organizing it someplace that you know you're going to go back to. And I've kind of gone all in on Evernote, where I scan my notes or my meeting notes, and I have folders in there that just upload it right there. And it's pretty easy. And it's clean. And as long as you know where you're going to put them, I think was the key. And the cool thing about Evernote or OneNote, I think even, or what was the other one? GoodNotes, is that you can actually search, which is cool. So if I went into Evernote, I could just search goals and it's going to pull up every scanned document, or I just take a picture of it, every picture document.
That's cool.
And pull up the document. So it's kind of cool. You know, they're not that expensive too. So it wasn't that big of an investment. And you can see on mine, I use Sharpie to make it a template. So because I had bought so many, I was like, you know what, I'm going to write on these and make them what I want them to be. So I made it like my little to-do list, and then my week, and like when I do things. And that's really all I use it for. Anybody else stick with it and use it for anything? Debbie's,
Debbie.
no.
But you encouraged me. I sort of might want to try it. But what I really want to know is how people have made habits of tracking their numbers, because I suck at that.
Anyone?
Mine are literally
like-
on my calendar, and I write them in green. If you
Yeah.
can
It's
see
kind of-
that.
To me, it's like every other habit. You just have to start it.
Yeah.
And it's got to be someplace you want to, like Dava, she's got that system down with her calendar, right? Like it's all there. And that's just like, she knows to go to it. So I think if something's not working for you, like the tracker pages, maybe it's too much. Like, you know, me and Karen are a little similar. When I know I'm not doing something that I know I want to do, maybe I'm like, you know what, I bet I'm overcomplicating it. And maybe printing out and building the habit first with just like that one page front and back tracker, where it's like, I don't need to organize my journal. I don't need to get it all perfect. I have one page and I'm going to use it like this one, print it out and just focus on this one page. And once you start building that habit, it can go build on it. Is that it, Debbie?
Gina, I also have I love this, your July, like that and that one.
Yep. This is the same thing. It's just a generic one.
Yes, same thing. I like that one because like I scribble all on mine, and then this one is like my official.
Yeah. So you write it all down here, and then you're taking those numbers, the totals, and putting them in your calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I have a question. When y'all write those down, is it because you're sitting down at your desk, literally making phone calls right then? I think I talk to people on the fly, and maybe I just need to truly make the discipline of sitting down at my desk.
I have to
Mine,
make myself come in here and do stuff. like in here and not in my chair or whatever.
Debbie's saying yes, you
Yeah.
concur.
And I'll do it at nights, like as I'm ending my day, I'll be like, oh yeah, I talked to this person and this person. And then a lot of times on Fridays, I'll make sure that I put all those people into my database. So I don't have to just always be on my computer. I can write it down real fast, or, if I write a note, I can be like, oh yeah. And so it's a little faster. And then I make sure I put it in my database. So I actually have the numbers.
Okay. I got to get better, but I generally do not sit down and do calls. It's,
I do most of my calls in my car.
do you? I've been wanting to do that, but I got to set it up on Buffini to tell me who I need to call.
Or just call people. I mean,
Well,
you can
I
also
want to
just
follow
call
up
people.
with all the contacts that I've made in the past month, because there's been a zillion of
So
them.
yeah, you need to sit down and do it. You need to like have that 9 o'clock or whatever, even just have one little day that, I'm going to sit down and do it, and just do one day, like, start small. If you can sit your butt down at your desk for 1 hour and make those calls and write them down on the piece of paper, you'll start slowly liking the feeling, I think, and going back to wanting to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That would be my goal for the rest of the year, maybe. No, that senior event, that's my big goal.
Well, around those events, you got to do your calls, right?
Yeah, that might be the problem.
That you're what? That you're not calling?
I meet all the people and then I can't follow up with them.
Don't waste the gold.
Mm-hmm.
Don't waste the gold. And do you think you would do it if it was digital? Like if you were in your car and you could log it?
That's what I'm thinking, is that if I could create a system to get it as a task and just be able to get in my car, and it's like, okay, I'm driving. Of course, I love my drive time because it's the only quiet time I get, but I need to follow up. And if I'm not going to be at home to follow up, I'm going to have to do it in my car.
I'm gonna read you something that Miss Rachel sent today from Jim Rohn. If you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse.
Wise words, that Jim Rohn.
I know. So, anyway, it's kind of convicting, but also encouraging at the same time.
That one's always convicting because it's so true. When we want to do something, we do it, right? So
I got it, Rachel. Send it to me.
Print it out
and put it up on my wall.
I got you. Hey, those quotes are from the Feeney podcast, and you can literally copy and paste the quotes on his website from his podcast. They're so awesome.
Oh yeah, every Buffini podcast, like if you scroll down, there's like tons of quotes for that podcast. It's pretty good. And that one's probably is it a new one, Rachel? Because the one that sticks out in my mind is The Power of a Mind Made Up. That podcast is an old one, but it's that conviction of we will do what we set our mind to. And the moment you make up your mind, it's done, right?
Yeah.
You're going to do it.
It's not a newer one. I think it's, oh my gosh, now I forgot. There was 2 different ones. It was like with our Buffini thing. I'll just send it to y'all.
I mean, he uses that quote a lot. The Power of a Made Up Mind. Oh, I love it. Here, I'm going to put it in the chat and you can see it on their website.
Like 236 or 246, Rachel?
I think it was 236 and 237.
Okay.
So he has one that's old from 2016 and then the same one he did in 2021. Interesting. 262? What numbers did you say? Those are the same.
236 or 237, one of those.
It was the one with the, what's his name? Dan, with the kid in the wheelchair, and they were doing training for the triathlon stuff.
Yes. We've got them all memorized. I love it. Well, that one, I remember being at the gym listening to this Power of Made Up Mind, and it stuck with me. Same quote, same idea. And it's motivational when you are kind of stuck in a funk of like, why am I not doing the things I know I'm going to do? But I do suggest, Karen, make it simple for yourself. Have that one place, because what everyone has, Dava has her own system of it, but like she's got that place to go. She's got that place that she knows she's going to write it down and sit there and do. So I think that's important too.
I did apartments for 17 years and managed those. So it's very similar to what I had there. Like my board's the same. I have my files set up the same. And I never thought all of those years would help me in the future. But it totally helps, just like my office organization and the style is the same. So it works for me.
And what about, do you guys that do track well, do you kind of see, like you said, do the admin stuff at the same time every day? Or what's your schedule on that? You're dedicating?
Mine is usually Mondays and Tuesdays. Mondays we have like our brokerage calls. So I'm in here listening, and then I do stuff in my office then. And then this call I like because it's accountability early on Tuesdays. And then after this, I sit in here and continue doing stuff. So Mondays and Tuesdays, and the rest of the week I'm out wherever.
And you've got it done for the week, which is great. I mean, and that's part of it too, working it in your schedule. That's something else is already happening, and you can kind of piggyback this on that creates your routine instead of trying to make a separate routine for your calls and your notes and different things like that. I think that's good. An on the go idea I kind of had was, if you did have a digital camera, when you're like if you're sitting in your car and you had a great conversation, you could have a system of adding events in your calendar, like where it says call really big or pop by really big. And then at the end of the week or month or whatever, you go back through your digital calendar and you can like really quickly count them all up. If you're just building a habit. And then the next step would be putting it into a database if you did have one. But I think first step is just tracking it.
But if you do have the Buffini, it is on your phone, so you could legitimately just look it up and say, oh, these are who I need to call, and you just go, oh, called, check.
Karen, do you have the Buffini database? Yeah. Oh, well then, yeah. I mean, you have it all right there. It's just of going to it. And if you make your calls from the database, like go to that person, which I think it can sync with your phone numbers. If you go to the phone number and click it, it logs the call for you. If you click the phone number from the app.
Oh, really? Well, see, maybe I think I'm going to institute that. In fact, I'm working with my girls today to do it. So.
Yeah. Just got to figure out what works for you and stick with it.
Yeah. And make those calls, so I'm not wasting my time.
Yes. If you're going to do an event, you got to do the calls afterwards, or at least the note cards, and then work on, first step note card. Second step is then, reaching out and catching up, setting those one-on-one appointments and different things like that. Right? Well, thank you, ladies, for being on with me. And thank you guys for being here. We got some quiet listeners in the background there. Shanae is on the go. She's ready for the day. Love it.
Finally.
Shanae, it's good to see you again. I missed you, but because I missed you one time. Is your health okay now?
Yes, I'm actually doing really well. don't know what the deal was, but doing much better. So thank you.
Good.
Yay.
Good. Anyone else? Thoughts, prayers, concerns, questions?
Hey, I just want to say, if you've got anybody looking in Grand Prairie, I've got a listing coming live on Friday. It'll be coming soon tomorrow. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,700 square foot in Fallbrook. Really good for anybody that works at Bell Helicopter or DFW. It's kind of in that 360, 121 or square.
Very good. And very good. I'm glad you shared that. Anyone else got a shout out for a listing coming up? Debbie's got one, Mansfield and Burleson.
I have Colleyville and Hazlitt. 3-bedroom, 3-bath in Colleyville in a gated community. And in Hazlitt on 1 acre with well. And it is either a 4 or 5-bedroom with 3-bath. One of the baths is a Jack and Jill. So really every bedroom has its own bath except for the upstairs game room / bedroom.
Nice big old house.
Yes.
What's the price point on that one in Hazlitt?
700. And it's all updated. It's beautiful. Love the echo.
That must be me. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Jantavia.
I'm driving. I was just going to jump in real quick about my listing that's going active. It's 4-bed, 2.5-bath, 3,100 square feet here in Cypress, Texas, 2-story. And she is going in and doing fresh paint and doing some remodeling as well.
Nice. I wish you were closer to all of us. I think we all enjoyed your husband being a make-ready handyman. That was cool. It's a good little business.
It's actually gone well. We started his company right after I got my real estate license in 2018, and it's definitely helped for my clients. But he's building a strong relationship with a lot of other realtors in the area, so it's really working.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tracy, were you going to add something?
No, I've just heard of the new listings. I'm not listening to prices. Only I heard the one in Hazlitt, but Shanae did not share her price and a few others. Gentavia, what's your price? We've got the location and the deets, but the most important thing, or one of them, is the price. So please share.
We're probably going to list at $499.
$499, Shanae said. In Grand Prairie.
We're at $439 here in Cypress.
$439. Debbie, what are your price points down there?
My Burleson house is going to be at $315, and my Mansfield house is at $409.
There we go. Thanks for sharing. Keep your ears and eyes open, right? They will all get sold eventually. Tell your people, right? It's not if, it's when. I always liked that saying, and no one's gone homeless, right? Under your watch. So tell them to calm down. Haven't had any homeless clients yet. All right, ladies. Well, I appreciate all of you. Have a great rest of your week. Remember, next week, Rachel and I are out, but I'm going to have Ashley, my admin, be on so everyone can get on. But Gina Talkington is going to be going over what she's learned doing the Google My Business. And I know she did some things. I'm kind of forgetting now when she talked to us about it, but she did a lot of kind of analytics around it, which I think we really liked, like really understanding what worked, what didn't work. And she was also going to start telling us about that other idea that I hope she remembers I told her to tell us about. It was one of our last calls. But I know everyone has always ears perk up when we talk about Google My Business and getting those reviews there, maybe making it, she's gone all in on making it the place she gets reviews, and she has been maintaining that feed. There is a feed on your Google My Business too. So should be really, really good. Show up. And if we like how that works too, anything that, someone has to share, we might be working into like as one of the weeks a month where we kind of let someone tell us what they've learned or become maybe an expert at or better than us at, right? So if you have anything like that, or you hear something that someone else is doing that we want to hear more about, let me know, and we'll see about having some of you guys host as well, which I think is good. All right. Have a great rest of your week. Thank you for being here, and let me know if you have any questions at all, okay?
Thank you.
Go do good. Bye. Yep.
Oh, what just happened? Hang
I
on,
hear
I'm
you,
gonna
Grant.
call you because something's going on.
Okay, yeah. Call me. Bye.